guys! Welcome to my class! Our topic for today is about greatest common factor. You're going to learn it here, the easy way. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you will be kept updated on the next math lesson. Then, like and share so that you can also help other students. We are going to learn today how to determine the common factors and the greatest common factors of a set of numbers. A common factor is a number that can be divided into two different numbers without any remainder. Let me give you an example so that common factor will be clear to you. Let us take number 12 and number 16. The factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. While the factors of 16 are 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and 4 and 4. Number 2 are a common factor of both 12 and 16. Moreover, 4 is a common factor also of 12 and 16. Therefore, we have two common factors of 12 and 16. It is 2 and 4. A greatest common factor is the largest common factors between two or more numbers. Considering our example a while ago, accordingly, number 4 is the greatest common factor. This is the biggest number that is common between 12 and 16. Prime factorization tree is a tree diagram used to determine the prime factors of a natural number greater than 1. Using the prime factorization tree is the easiest way to get the common factor or the greatest common factor of numbers. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. Find the greatest common factor of 15 and 18. We are going to use the prime factorization tree. The factors of 15 are 3 and 5, and these are prime numbers already because you cannot multiply it anymore except by itself. While the common factor of 18 is 2 and 9. 2 is a prime number already, while 9 have a factor of 3 and 3. And 3 and 3 are prime numbers already. Accordingly, the common factor of 15 and 18 is 3. Since there is no other common number except 3, so the GCF of 15 and 18 is 3. It is easy, right? Just look for the common factor after you make the prime factorization tree of the two given numbers. Let us work on another example so that you can understand it well. This time, let us look for the GCF of three numbers. Find the GCF of 4, 8, and 20. As I have mentioned a while ago, it will be easier for us to get the GCF of any number by using the prime factorization tree. The factors of 4 is 2 and 2, and 2 is a prime number already. While the factors of 8 is 2 and 4. We can still factor out the 4 into 2 and 2. Let us move now to the factors of 20, which is 2 and 10. We can still factor out the 10 into 2 and 5. Whenever we arrive on the prime factors of the numbers required, let us now look for the common factors. You can see that 2 is a common factor of the three numbers. There is still another 2 on the three numbers that is common. So the GCF of 4, 8, and 20 is 2 and 2, which is 4. Accordingly, the greatest common factor of 4, 8, and 20 is 4. Let us work on another example so that you can hit it off. But this time, let us work on bigger numbers. Find the GCF of 28 and 54. We are still going to use the same step. We're going to look for the prime factorization tree of the two numbers. So, the factors of 28 is 2 and 14. And we can still factor out the 14 into 2 and 7 so that we can arrive to the prime factors. while the factors of 54 is 2 and 27. We can still factor out the 27 into 3 and 9. And 9 can still be factored out into 3 and 3. Upon checking the common factors of the 2 prime factorization tree, we can see that only 2 is the common factor. So, the GCF of 28 and 54 is 2. It is easy, right? Let us work on another example so that you can fully understand the lesson. Find the GCF of 30 and 90. Let us start working on the factor tree of 30 and 90. The factors of 30 is 3 and 10. But we can still factor out the 10 into 2 and 5. So we can arrive to the prime factors. While the factors of 90 is 9 and 10. 9 can be factored out into 3 and 3. While 10 into 2 and 5. Upon looking on the common numbers between the prime factorization tree of 30 and 90, we can see that 3 is common. Moreover, 2 is common also. And 5 is also common. So, the GCF of 30 and 90 is 3 times 2 times 5, which are common, and this will result to 30. Accordingly, the GCF of 30 and 90 is 30. In this regard, we have met our goal for today's lesson. We have learned how to determine the common factors and the greatest common factors of a set of numbers. To wrap it up, just get the prime factorization tree of the given numbers and you can identify the common factors between the 2 prime factorization tree. So, that is the greatest common factor. In this regard, between 15 and 18, the GCF is 3. It is easy, right? Moreover, if you find out that there are 2 common factors on the prime factorization tree of the given numbers, just multiply it, and that is the greatest common factor. In this regard, the GCF of 4, 8, and 20 is 4. Likewise, if you find out that there are 2 or more common factors on the prime factorization tree that you have made, just multiply them. So, in this regard, the GCF of 30 and 90 is 30 because you multiply the common factors of 3, 2, and 5, and that gives us 30. However, if you find out that you have only 1 common factor on the given numbers, that is the GCF already. So, in this regard, the GCF of 28 and 54 is 2. It is easy, right? To conclude our lesson for today, I want you to always remember what His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, wrote for us. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. Sheikh Zayed wrote and left this quote for us so that the youth will always remember the importance of education. His quote will handed down from generation to generation, but the genuine concern of Sheikh Zayed for his nation will always remain and be realized by the future generation. And to encapsulate our lesson for today, I want you to always remember that life is a math equation. You cannot get the most of it if you cannot convert the negatives into positive. I do hope you have learned a lot for today's lesson and you find it easy. Till next math lesson. Catch you later, guys. See ya!